sleep the ultimate healing tool or a double-edged sword? Everyone knows that sleep plays a vital role in physical and mental recovery. When you sleep at the right time and get enough rest, your brain gets a chance to clear out waste that builds up during the day, your immune system becomes stronger, and your organs get time to repair and reset for the day ahead. But while the dangers of sleep deprivation are widely discussed, there's another equally important question that often gets overlooked. Can sleeping too much be harmful to your health? Could it even raise your risk of stroke? Recent studies are beginning to sound the alarm in the medical community. Data shows a significant link between longer sleep duration and higher stroke risk, especially among middle-aged and older adults. Ask yourself this: do you often try to catch up on sleep during the weekend? Have you ever taken a 2 to 3 hour nap in the afternoon only to wake up feeling groggy, heavy-headed, and far from refreshed? If this happens often, it could be your body trying to send you a warning sign. Many people believe that sleeping more will make up for lost sleep, but the truth is regularly sleeping more than 9 or 10 hours a day, especially during the daytime, can throw off your body's natural rhythm. It may disrupt your circadian clock. Unbalanced blood pressure affect heart rate and reduce the circulatory system's ability to regulate blood flow. All of these are factors that may raise your stroke risk. In fact, large-scale epidemiological studies have shown that people who sleep over 9 hours a night face a 23% to 85% higher risk of stroke compared to those who sleep the ideal 78 hours, the golden zone, for heart and brain health. In this article, we'll take a deeper look at the biology behind it. Why does oversleeping affect brain circulation? Is that constant feeling of never sleeping enough an early sign of cardiovascular or neurological dysfunctions? C. What do neurologists and cardiologists think about these emerging studies? Who should be especially cautious? Scent. And how can you build a sleep routine that's just right enough to restore your body, but not so much that it backfires? If you or someone you love tends to oversleep and still feels tired, don't ignore it. Your body may be trying to speak up, and by the time a stroke strikes, it's often too late to turn back. Next up, the shocking statistics and new scientific findings that are shaking up the medical world. Let's start by looking at some clear scientific data. A large-scale cohort study published in several respected medical journals tracked tens of thousands of adults over many years. The results drew serious attention from both medical experts and the general public. The danger threshold. People who regularly slept more than 9 hours per night had a 23% higher risk of stroke compared to those who consistently slept between 7 and 8 hours, the range considered ideal for brain and heart health. Long daytime naps raise risk too. It's not just nighttime sleep. Afternoon naps, longer than 90 minutes, were also linked to a similar increase in stroke risk. The compounding effect when someone has both habits, sleeping more than 9 hours at night and taking long daytime naps, their risk of stroke may skyrocket by up to 85%. Sleep quality matters, not just quantity. Even if you sleep the right number of hours, if you struggle to fall asleep, sleep lightly, or wake up feeling unrefreshed, your stroke risk still rises by approximately 29%. These numbers aren't meant to scare you. They're here to help you recognize an often overlooked risk factor for brain and vascular health. A stroke, also known as a cerebrovascular accident, occurs when blood flow to the brain is suddenly interrupted either by a blood clot or a ruptured vessel. This cuts off oxygen and nutrients to brain cells, and without urgent medical treatment, the damage can become permanent. The consequences may include paralysis, speech impairment, or even death. Unraveling the complex link: is oversleeping a cause or a symptom? This is the critical question scientists are working hard to answer. Does sleeping too much directly harm the brain's blood vessels? Or is it simply an early warning sign that something deeper is smoldering inside the body? Most experts now agree excessive sleep is rarely the main cause of stroke. Instead, it's often a symptom, a red flag, that your body is dealing with underlying health problems that truly increase stroke risk. Let's take a closer look at the top hidden culprits quietly affecting your health. Low-grade chronic inflammation, the silent threat. What it is. Chronic low-level inflammation is a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke. It can be triggered by a poor diet high in sugar-processed food, or trans fats, excess weight, long-term stress, or autoimmune conditions. How it links to sleep. When your body is inflamed, the immune system releases chemicals that increase sleepiness, trying to help the body heal. As a result, you may feel tired and sleep more often. Ironically, sleeping too much can sometimes worsen inflammation in certain individuals, creating a vicious cycle. Metabolic syndrome, the hidden time bomb. What it is. Metabolic syndrome is a cluster of problems including belly fat, high blood pressure, elevated blood sugar, abnormal cholesterol or triglyceride levels. This condition increases the risk of arterial plaque buildup and blood clots, two direct causes of stroke. How it links to sleep. People with metabolic syndrome often feel sluggish and drained, leading to excessive sleep. At the same time, oversleeping can worsen metabolic imbalances, creating a dangerous loop that puts your brain and heart at risk. Hidden heart conditions. The silent killers. What it is. Undiagnosed issues like heart failure, irregular heartbeat arrhythmia, or coronary artery disease can reduce blood flow to the brain. Without enough oxygen and nutrients, the body responds by making you feel exhausted, leading to longer sleep. How it links to sleep. Many heart patients report sleeping too much because they're constantly tired. While this may seem normal, it could actually be a warning sign of an impending stroke caused by a blood clot traveling from the heart to the brain. Oversleeping, a consequence of hidden health problems. Obstructive sleep apnea, OSA. How it works. OSA occurs when the airway becomes temporarily blocked over and over again during sleep. These interruptions cause brief periods of stopped breathing, which lower oxygen levels, raise blood pressure, and put enormous strain on the heart. OSA is now recognized as an independent and significant risk factor for stroke. How it links to sleep. Even though people with sleep apnea often sleep poorly and wake up multiple times at night, they tend to feel extremely drowsy during the day. To compensate for low energy, they often take naps or sleep longer than usual. This increases total sleep time, but without true physical restoration. Depression and chronic mental health disorders. How it works. Depression isn't just emotional, it affects your body's biology too. It increases inflammatory responses and negatively impacts blood vessels, contributing to a higher stroke risk. How it links to sleep. Sleep disturbances are a common symptom of depression. While some people experience chronic insomnia, many others struggle with hypersomnia, sleeping far more than normal. This often happens because the body is trying to cope with deep emotional and physical exhaustion, leading to abnormally prolonged sleep. Sedentary lifestyle. The silent accomplice. How it works. When we don't move enough, our body accumulates risk factors like weight gain, high blood pressure, and unstable blood sugar. All key parts of metabolic syndrome. How it links to sleep. People who are inactive often feel sluggish, unfocused, and end up sleeping more than necessary. This creates a vicious cycle. The more you oversleep, the less you move, and vice versa. Over time, this spiral silently pushes you closer to serious cardiovascular and circulatory problems. Oversleeping. Could it be your body's cry for help? Based on everything we've discussed, it's clear that sleeping too much should not be dismissed as simple laziness. Instead, think of it as a health warning light, your body's way of telling you that something deeper may be going wrong. If you consistently sleep more than 9 or 10 hours a day and still feel exhausted, your body might be signaling an underlying medical issue that's quietly developing. If your response is simply to cut back on sleep without addressing the root cause, it's like turning off a fire alarm without putting out the fire. And that can have serious consequences down the road, including an increased risk of stroke. What is your body trying to tell you, and what should you do? If you're sleeping too long at night or taking extended daytime naps and still feel tired, it's time to take a closer look at your overall health and daily habits. Review your daily habits. Nutrition. Are you relying too much on processed foods, pastries, or unhealthy fats? Try shifting to a cleaner diet that includes leafy greens, fruits, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats like olive oil or avocado. Physical activity. Are you moving your body regularly? Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate exercise each week, such as brisk walking, light biking, or swimming. Stress management. Chronic stress can impact both your sleep and energy levels. Try practicing deep breathing meditation or simply make time for a daily activity you love. Sleep quality. Is your sleep environment quiet, cool, and dark? Do you go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends? These small changes can make a big difference in how well you sleep. See a doctor. Don't wait for obvious symptoms. One of the most important steps you can take is to talk openly with your doctor if you find yourself oversleeping regularly but still not feeling well, especially if you're experiencing symptoms like persistent fatigue, unexplained headaches, shortness of breath with mild activity, loud snoring or observed sleep apnea, sudden weight changes. Your doctor may recommend tests such as blood pressure check, blood work to assess blood sugar, cholesterol, inflammation, and kidney/liver function, SAT, electrocardiogram, EKG to detect heart issues. Overnight sleep study, polysomnography. If sleep apnea is suspected, if you have an existing condition, stay on top of it if you've been diagnosed with high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, heart disease, depression, or OSA. Obstructive sleep apnea, then sticking to your treatment plan is absolutely essential. It not only improves your sleep, but also significantly lowers your stroke risk. Build a healthy sleep routine. Keep a consistent sleep schedule even on weekends, and turn off all screens at least 30 minutes before bedtime. Avoid caffeine, alcohol, and tobacco in the evening. Create a sleep-friendly environment, cool, quiet, and dark. Establish a relaxing pre-bed routine. Take a warm bath, read something light, or listen to soft music. Sleep is a loyal friend when you know how to listen. The connection between oversleeping and stroke risk is a powerful reminder that the human body is a finely tuned system where every unusual signal deserves attention. Sleeping more than usual isn't necessarily a bad thing, but if you still feel drained and low energy despite long hours of sleep, it could be your body's way of sounding the alarm. Instead of panicking, take a calm and proactive approach. Reevaluate your lifestyle schedule, a comprehensive checkup, and make your overall well-being a top priority. Early detection is the golden key to stroke prevention and long-term brain health. And when you adjust your sleep to fit your body's natural rhythm, it becomes one of your greatest sources of renewal and strength. In short, if you notice that you're sleeping more than usual but still feel tired or mentally foggy, don't ignore it. See it as a valuable chance to better understand your current health status. A healthy lifestyle, regular medical checkups, and a proactive mindset are the foundations for protecting your greatest asset, your health. When sleep is placed in its proper role in the larger picture of wellness, it becomes a reliable partner in your journey to healthy long living.